driving home from work one day and I had an idea. I was like, I've never made a solo record before. I was like, somehow at this time in my life, having, you know, a young family and all that sort of stuff, I really feel like this is the time to do something crazy like this. Pulled over on the side of the road on my way home from work and just like messaged a couple of people in the United States and was like, hypothetically, if I was to come over, you know, for a few weeks, would you be interested in doing some co-writing with me and maybe feature on a, you know, on a record that I might be making on the road over there? And that, you know, and the response that I got was, yes, that sounds fucking awesome. Let's do that. That sounds great. I put together a crowdfunding campaign, see if anyone's interested in hearing a record from me. and I honestly wasn't sure if it would be successful, but it was, and I was fucking absolutely blown away at how much people were enthused by it. And this is all like, you know, while my wife's pregnant, and there was not ever going to be a good time to do it. I flew to Los Angeles, California, and my first stop was Jay Bonner's house from Jandisc Records. He's got a garage out the back of his house with all this kind of analog recording gear, vintage drum kits, old pianos, you know, some cool old organs that have been on like Rancid Records and stuff before, and an 8-track, you know, reel to reel. And this was my first stop, so like I'm like, all right, a mate picked me up from the airport and we go to my friend Jay's place, and I haven't seen this guy in like 8 years. We get there and we're talking about music and life and all that sort of stuff, and we became really, really close and really, really solid, proper buddies really, really quickly, and demoed the first song, which is Cool Water, on the first day that I arrived. I was like, wow, this is amazing, because before I left I didn't have a fucking clue about what I was going to do, how it was going to go, where it was going to be, and what it was going to sound like or anything. So to be able to hit the ground running with that first song on that first day was fucking unbelievable.
Keep us down here in the depths of hell, 'cause I need more than I'm getting stuck in this hard ground. So I stray to find my lane, and deeper down we must go.
Because the whole plan for the record was to just kind of travel around and to meet people and to work with people. Me not really knowing where I was going to record, you know, left things wide open. Jay was very hospitable, him and his partner Nikki were very hospitable. They were like, you know, you can come back here to the garage, and, you know, because when I went over there I was like, it's just going to be me producing it, it's going to be like a really basic digital setup, me and a computer and a couple of mics, traveling around, recording as we go. Yeah, there was something about the way that his analog system sounded and the way that it made us not look at a screen and just kind of focus and commit to the music that we were doing. And there was something about that that just really, really grabbed me by the collar. And I was like, fuck, I think we have to do the whole record like this. And he was like, fuck yeah, I'm keen. I'm like, all right then, it's on. I'd go about, work with people, write some songs, come back to his place and track them, and I was lucky enough to work with some pretty cool people. You know, rode around downtown Los Angeles and stuff, and on bicycles with my friend Susie, and we wrote Who Can Save Us Now together at her bass player's house in Koreatown in LA.
Who can save us now? Who can save us now? Who can save us now?
Who played the drums? Yeah, Scott Abels, who used to play in Hepcat and the Agrolites and Last Redux and the Bastards. Those last two Jimmy Cliff records, he played the drums on all of that. So I'd known his work, and he was a friend of Jay's, and, you know, he came up and played drums on Red Eyes, Ghosts, Who Can Save Us Now, and On Hoover Street, and Looking for Heaven. So like a good 50%, you know, 50-60% of the record is him playing drums.
Are you talking about this? Yeah. We don't even have to go back to it.
Nah,
I thought that
the outro will sound really good with it, trust me.
You know, going out to Joshua Tree and sitting in a little tiny trailer in the middle of the desert in the middle of summer, you know, having some time to reflect there and writing music.
Dry hills dotted in desert braille, mice running out in front of me, feeling the sway of the headwind, miles from any shore.
It was a bit of a sad song, but it was the first time that I'd had completely by myself to reflect about life and, you know, missing my family and, you know, just sort of how it feels to be out in the middle of nowhere by yourself, I guess. And so it's a very, you know, very reflective, sort of slow tune. But I think it's a really beautiful song. I'm really proud of it, and I think in terms of how that song sounds, it couldn't be written, you know, anywhere else but in that trailer in the you know, in the middle of fucking Joshua Tree Desert, you know.
I can see you with your feet up on a hammock stretched out.
I didn't really have a theme in mind, a genre in mind. When I write songs, it's just feel-based. It's got to have, you know, truth, integrity, heart, soul, all of the above. I've got to feel it and believe it no matter what genre it is. It just has to feel real to me at that point in time.
I'm going out east, back where I belong. There's a new sun rising now, and it won't be long till I get to Gainesville. I'm going to Gainesville.
It's a mashup of all the kind of music that I love, you know, roots music, Americana.
Dry hills dotted in desert braille, mice running out in front of me.
Punk rock.
Who can save us now? Who can save us now? Who can save us now?
Reggae.
Well, we are the halfway.
And a really, really cool moment was going around to Chris Chaney's house. He lives in LA now. We went around to his place. We had, you know, 4 hours, I think, up our sleeve to cut to the chase and to formulate a song. And I'm like, right, okay, what do we got? And Chris and I are lucky because we've known each other for a while. We've toured together. We've shared many beers. It was fucking cool, and it turned out really, really great. Like, I've never written a song like that before.
Whose side are you on? This time there'll be no more free rides. This time
I didn't think that I'd be over the other side of the world in a fucking, you know, garage in Los Angeles making a track with Chris, you know? Like, it's just fucking crazy, man.
I can do the solo better.
That sounds better.
That was fun. How'd you get into that fucking crazy timing? I was like, what? I was like, whoa, because as soon as your foot started going, I was like, he's going for something, he's going for something.
I hadn't seen my mate Dan Smith in about 10 years, and I knew that he was playing in a band called Sharp Shock at the moment, and we ended up going to his friend Brad's house, who used to be in a band called Stereogram. He's got this beautiful house on a hilltop in the Yucca Valley. All of us are from New Zealand, so we were just hanging out. We got the guitars out and we're sitting on his rooftop and watching the sun go down, and then all these little bats started flying around, and you know, we started writing, and that's how we got the idea for Night Sparrow, because these little bats were just like, you know, the size of fucking sparrows flying around, and that became the metaphor for the song.
you were the last night sparrow. You didn't have to fly away to chase a morning shadow while I still lie awake.
Ever since I was a kid, you know, going to America for the first time, it's like the home of rock and roll music, and you know, there's some people there that have really influenced me musically and artistically, and I don't know, there's just something about it that just makes for some kind of cool feeling, and I just wanted to have that feeling and to be able to be Johnny on the spot and to make something directly influenced by a new environment.
Sparrow, you're the last night sparrow.